day I saw a WhatsApp video. So that video was about a marriage. And when I started seeing that, I realized that it's a marriage between two men. And when I saw that it is not a bride and a groom, but it was actually two men, I felt like, oh no, this is not right. That was the first feeling that came to my mind. But then I thought, what's wrong with that? Why should I feel bad about this? Is it not legitimate? Two men can marry, two women can marry. It's legitimate in our country. So I started seeing that and enjoying that. So I saw a man who was wearing all South Indian attires and another one who is wearing North Indian attire, and their family members, everyone were there, and it was a beachside wedding too. So I enjoyed the entire video. So you remember we talked about the parent, child and adult, all those ego states inside us. So when I started seeing that video, my immediate reaction was from which ego state? What do you think? Yes, it was from my parental ego state. Because it's in my parent that I have all my values. You know, we say many things like this, right? Like we say, this is the rule in our family. In our family, we never do that. So I do things only in this way. So there will be even conflicts also when someone else is doing something differently. We find it a bit difficult to adjust because it's in our value system. All those value systems, all the rules we talk about, everything is in our parental ego state. So it's the way we have seen our parents or other significant adults behaved when we were children. Behave towards us and behave towards others too. So in a family where they say that you should never tell lies, so when you grow up and there comes a need to tell a lie also, someone inside you will tell you, no, this is not right. So that is your parental ego state. It is called the rule-based ego state. It is always the rules or the values you have learned from your parents, your teachers, all the books you have read, and all other significant adults in your life. So that is that inner voice which always tells us this is right, this is wrong. All these things are in your parental ego state. Now, just think of your childhood. All those experiences you had in your childhood. And sometimes we just go back to those experiences, right? When you hear a song, sometimes you go back to that. So that is all stored in your childhood or in your child. Now, all those experiences you had as a child, that is in your child ego state. Because just think of a small child who is living in a world full of adults whom he thinks as giants because he is too tiny, right? So to get things done, he has to resort to ways, right? So the way the other people treated you, the significant adults treated you, and all those emotions you had during that time, everything is stored in your child. So the child, how it is learning to adapt to that world, it stores all those emotions inside this particular ego state called the child ego state. So being a child doesn't always mean that you are acting quite childish. No, it's not always like that. Your sadness, your happiness, your jealousy, all these things, even your anger, everything is stored in your child ego state. It is a place where you have your feelings and emotions. Now, what is an adult? Do you think an adult is there only in an adult person, like an 18+ person? No. Even a small child who is at the age of 7 or 8 has an adult. When you are doing things in the here and now, then you are in your adult. So an adult works just like a computer, You can give some inputs and you get an output from a computer, right? So an adult works in that way. So what are those inputs? Your five senses are your inputs. You gather information through all the five senses about what is happening around you now. And you take decisions based on your child's experiences and your parental values. That's how you are going to use your adult. So in the example I told you earlier about that marriage I saw, the video I saw, at first when I was seeing that, I was reacting from my parental ego state, right? I was thinking, no, this is not right. But then my adult, when I started reacting from my adult ego state, I understood that this is quite right. In today's world, it is right. It is just because my value systems are different doesn't mean that this is wrong. So I started seeing that through my adult ego state. So these are the three ego states we have, and never think that it is three separate entities. It is all within us. Sometimes we behave or we think or we feel in the parental ego state. Sometimes we think, we feel and behave in the child ego state. And sometimes we do all these things from the adult ego state. That's the only difference. So it keeps on changing. In a day, you may be in the adult ego state for some time, especially when you are working, usually you are in your adult ego state. But at times you will be in your parental ego state. Maybe when you are shouting at your subordinate, you are in your parental ego state. And sometimes you will be in your child ego state. So it keeps on switching. So identifying what is your ego state now, that will be quite helpful for you. And there is more into this. These are just called the structural ego states. That is the basic structure of the ego states. We'll discuss more about the functional ego states in the next video. Bye.